This week on The Lead, Hebron High School students have a club for a cause, and at Career Center East, 2 programs work and learn together. All this and more coming up. Hello, and thanks for tuning in. I'm Avery Fenton.
And I'm Christian Villarreal, and you're watching The Lead. First up is Hebron High School. Hebron debate team recently took a trip to Lovejoy where they competed in the Lovejoy Forensic Association tournament. The debate team competed against several different teams in the Texas area. Several Hebron members placed in the event, and now the team is focusing on advancing to the state tournament.
Now let's take a look at a Hebron club where students give back to the community one stitch at a time. Reagan Wilkes will have the story.
At Hebron's 9th grade center, students have been finding unique ways to spend their block lunch. Some go to tutoring, while other students choose to give back to their community. Passing Hats is a new club offered at Hebron where students loom knit hats for people with cancer.
It started with the big event that happened in March. There was a Passing Hats thing we did in the lecture hall, and I thought it was interesting because it was giving hats to cancer patients, and my close family members have had cancer survivors. So I was naturally really hooked onto it.
The hats are made for all ages, from men to women to even infants.
It can be made for everyone. That's one of the best things about it. It's not necessarily passing hats to kids, it's just for everyone.
A small group of students have been attending every Tuesday during A block since the club was created early this year.
I thought it would be really hard to get people to join. I thought people might not want to do this. I think I've only had 1 or 2 people come once, and then they decided it was too hard and they couldn't do it, which is not true. Anyone can do this if they want to.
Students don't need prior experience in loom knitting to join the club, and Passing Hats also provides the looms and yarn for its students.
You don't have to have your own, actually, we provide everything.
For The Lead, I'm Reagan Wilkes.
Moving on to Flower Mound High School. On October 1st, Flower Mound High School participated in the West Zone Rotary Fest. This year was the 4th annual festival themed Neon Night. The main event was the 5K run, which several hundred people, including Flower Mound students and their families, ran. The festival also included live music, food trucks, and a kids zone where children could play carnival games and get their face painted.
The Flower Mound High School Marching Band has been ranking in the awards recently. They took home top honors at the Birdville Marching Festival on Saturday, September 24th. Besides being named grand champions, they won every caption. On October 8th, the FMHS Band was also named grand champions of the Plano Regional Bands of America competition. Flower Mound swept the competition, and LISD schools took top 3 spots in Plano, with Marcus in 2nd, Hebron in 3rd. Congrats to all the bands. That's all for Flower Mound. Now let's see what the Colony is up to.
The Colony High School is going green. Green vegetables, that is. The newly formed Vegetarian Club is on a mission to raise awareness about animal rights and a vegetarian lifestyle. They are just beginning their efforts for community outreach, which include designing posters and t-shirts, as well as hosting fundraisers. Hungry for more? The club plans to publish a cookbook full of delicious vegan meals later this year. Cookbook, that's really interesting for vegan students.
Yeah, it really is. I've been actually trying to eat a lot healthier, so I might pick up that cookbook, but I do love steak, so being a vegetarian is probably not for me. But speaking of books, the Colony High School's library recently celebrated Banned Books Week, which lasted from September 25th to October 1st. This week celebrates the freedom to read. TCHS Library showed their support by decorating the library windows, giving away prizes to survey responders, and educating students about previously banned books, like Dracula, which was banned at the Colony in 1994. Many previously banned books are always available at the library, so stop by to celebrate your freedom to read.
Let's move on to Marcus High School, where one student has embraced his passion for art.
Marcus Jr. Kevin Poyer recently published his first zine, a new technique artists are starting to use.
Basically, it's just any self-publication by an artist. It can be a comic, it can be short stories, it can be poetry, it can be just about anything as long as the artist is the only one responsible for publishing and selling it. I hand drew the comic, and then in Photoshop, I just edited everything and formatted it, and then I printed off all the pages and staple them together myself.
Kevin presented the concept of zines to a Marcus Art Club.
Since the movement started, that there's only around 20,000 zines in existence at all right now.
I've never even I never knew they even existed. I just did mainly single page painting.
They were really popular with the Riot Girl movement, and I was familiar with that, so that's how I originally heard about zines. They're really free form, and there's not a lot of rules, so you could just do whatever, just put sketches and stuff like that.
My favorite part of the process is the drawing, just because that's kind of how I got started, and that's what most of my art is.
Kevin plans on pursuing his interest in zines in the future. He also feels that every artist should give zines a try.
Any artists out there should definitely give it a try at least once, because it can be a great portfolio piece.
A brand new club has risen at Marcus High School. Empire is a club started by sophomore Dominic Stoner to help students learn and experiment within the music industry, while also discovering other important aspects of entertainment. In the club, the students practice their music abilities and acting. Dominic has also recognized that politics can play a role in the world of entertainment, and he incorporates that knowledge into the club meetings. This club meets Fridays after school in the lecture hall located at MHS 9. Up next is Louisville High School.
2 days before the Battle of the Axe football game between Louisville and Marcus, LHS students lined up to show their spirit in a Battle of the Axe car smash. Students donned safety goggles and used a sledgehammer to dent, smash, and destroy a car that had been spray painted with spirit phrases. The car smash was just one of the many spirited events at LHS campuses leading up to the big game, and show how spirited LHS students are.
Louisville High School Student Council is up to something really great. They have started tutoring young Chen students. This is a great cause to get involved with. So if you are a Louisville student, you should consider taking part and through your student council.
After the break, Avery will introduce you to two very different classes from Career Center East that work together to learn.
And Shepherd Branch will bring you all the updates on sports. Keep it tuned to The Lead. Welcome back. I'm here with a teacher and two students from Career Center East. Today are going to give us some insight on a collaborative project they participate in every Friday. Kira, I really like your 80s day outfit.
Thank you.
So River, I saw y'all last Friday running outside with the CCE Law shirts on. Can you tell me a little bit about what y'all were doing out there?
Yeah, we do this exercise. We run a 1.5 miles, and then we do a 300 sprint, a minute of push-ups, and a minute of sit-ups.
Okay, wow. So Kira, how does your class participate in the running outside?
We only run to warm up, and then we stretch with them.
Okay, so I heard this about the hair washing and the running. So how do so cosmetology and the law class, how are y'all collaborating with that?
We do it to get the experience of having a client.
So what's y'all's goal outside? Is there a running time or
Yeah,
anything?
our goal is to get 16 minutes and under on the 1.5 miles time, and then if we do that, then cosmetology will give us the hair massage and shampoo.
Okay. Okay, I would really like that after I was done running.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a privilege.
Yeah. So, Mr. Kirby, can you tell me what the idea behind bringing these classes together was? Like, how did it start?
Yeah, this was something that the cosmetology teachers came to us with and said, hey, we've seen you guys out there working out. We do a lot of stretching. That's something that we do every day. Can we do that with you? I said, sure, yeah, that'd be great if you were out there. And then they had this great idea of, you know what, when you guys are done, you're all hot and sweaty, come on in and get, get your hair clean and get a massage and all that. Honestly, I was a little bit skeptical at first. I was like, I don't know if my boys are going to go for all that. Yeah. So I treated it as a reward. If they had obtained a certain time, then they could go down there and do that. And it's been really neat seeing some of the students look at that and they're like, yeah, I want to get that. So they're actually going home and working on their running and running throughout the week so they can reach that time and get that. When we run on Fridays, it's pretty neat to see.
Yeah, it's a great way to get like your students motivated and y'all joining together. So what do y'all look forward to most on Fridays?
I just like the experience of shampooing their hair. It's like having a client. I just like the experience.
That's good. What do you enjoy about Fridays most?
I really enjoy the running, but like just knowing that I can reach that the 1.5 miles in under 16 minutes, it's a great feeling to know that I'm going to get a massage.
Yeah, I would definitely be looking forward to that too.
Yeah.
So would y'all recommend other classes being able to come together, maybe like running, stretching too, or finding other ways to get together? What would you think would benefit other classes to come
Yeah,
together?
it's just a great way to stay in shape running and stuff. And it also brings like, since like everybody from different classes come together and from different schools, it's a great way to meet new people and just have a nice experience.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be like really looking forward to going, like meeting new students and everything and coming together. I think it'd bring the whole CC community really close. Well, thank you so much for coming in today and letting our viewers know how your classes get together and y'all are able to benefit from one each other and that y'all learn things from each other at the same time. But thank you so much, and be sure to stick around because up next, Shepherd Branch has the latest LISD sports updates, so stay tuned.
Welcome back. This week, we're highlighting a coach who recently made a big move. Girls volleyball coach Danielle Barker recently transferred to Marcus High School after coaching as a varsity assistant at Flower Mound High School for 2 years. It's Barker's first year as head coach at Marcus. The Marauder volleyball team has been working hard this season, and they're excited to see what their 2016 volleyball team accomplishes with the help of Coach Barker. Now we're moving across the district to Louisville High School. On September 30th, the Louisville Fighting Farmers hosted the Battle of the Axe against the Marcus Marauders. After a tough contest and great effort from both teams, the Farmers, coached by Greg Miller, won the battle with a final score of 41-14. The Axe has returned to Louisville after being in Marauder possession for nearly a decade. Last week, Hebron and Marcus's varsity football teams went head-to-head. In a close game, the Marauders ended up taking the win with a final score of 37-33. Louisville played Carroll and lost with a score of 49-7. Flower Mound played their homecoming game against LD Bell and won with a final score of 40-7. The Colony Cougars faced Creekview at home and won with a whopping score of 35-14. On the 14th, Louisville will play an away game at Byron Nelson. Hebron High School will host the Flower Mound Jaguars. Marcus will play at home against South Lake Carroll, and the Colony will face off against Lake Dallas. In other district news, the state-ranked Euless Trinity Trojans lost in a close game with the previously winless Byron Nelson Bobcats 21-20. That game gives the LISD schools a much better shot in taking district. Good luck to all the LISD teams in the upcoming weeks. In more news, let's take a look at the Colony, where one wrestler is making history.
School, Charlie Hammer just became the first student in TC history to sign a letter of intent for women's wrestling.
This is my third year wrestling. I started wrestling my sophomore year because my soccer coach kind of forced me into it.
It's been immeasurable. It has given her confidence. It's brought her out of her shell. It's taught her to communicate with both adults and, people her own age. It's really blossomed in wrestling.
Changes your whole life, what you eat, how you spend your time, who your friends are.
When Charlie first started, she had no idea what wrestling was, what a wrestling mat was. She had been a soccer player, and so now Charlie is able to do things that you see our Olympic level wrestlers do, and so we went from somebody who didn't have a clue about wrestling to somebody that's a high level wrestler.
Charlie may have gotten a late start to the sport, but she has pushed herself to become a high level wrestler, earning a scholarship to Emmanuel College.
Coach started talking to me about that school since I started. He wanted me to go there and thought I should go there. And I went there this summer for a world team camp to get some experience and to see the campus, and I loved it, and I like the coach.
Our girls program, this is only the third year that we've had girls wrestling at the Colony. And so for us to go from no team at all when I got here 4 years ago to now we have a young lady who's going to go to college because of wrestling, I think it's huge.
This has been your district sports update on The Lead. I'm Shepard Branch. Now, back to the news desk.
Thanks, Shepard. For more updates on all that is happening in the district, follow us on Twitter at The Lead LISD. I'm Avery Fenton.
And I'm Christian Villarreal. Thanks for watching The Lead. See you next time.